Good evening, dear students. This is my first lecture on the centrifugal pump, means fluid machinery. Right. Today I will discuss the parts, working principle of the centrifugal pump. Right. So this is a rotatory pump, and what are different parts of this pump, like this impeller vanes. Right. Impeller is a rotating part basically. This is casing of gradually increasing area, that means scroll casing. Right. Strainer to prevent the most entry of mud etc. in the suction pipe. Foot valve. This is one-way valve. Right. This level is sump level, means the level, water level or reservoir from where we have to suck the water or liquid, right? This is suction pipe, this is delivery pipe, this is overhead tank, this is center line of the pump. From this line we have to measure the suction head and HD. This is delivery head, this is suction head, means this is head from sump level to center line of the pump, and this is head from center line to the level of the tank where we have to deliver the water, right? Main parts are impeller, casing, suction pipe and delivery pipe. Impeller is a rotating part in which curved vanes are mounted. It works, it provides the centrifugal force for working of the pump. I will discuss it later, right? Casing, this is scroll casing, means the area is gradually increasing. Suction pipe, delivery pipe, right? How it works? What is principle of force? It works on the principle of forced vortex, right? As you know that you have studied in the fluid mechanics in third semester. What is forced vortex? It says that when a liquid or water is rotated about an axis, then there is rise in pressure in radially outward direction and decrease in pressure in radially inward direction. Suppose that this is a tank in which a liquid, and this tank is rotated like about this axis, vertical axis with speed omega, right? Then what will happen? Suppose that this is the initial level of the liquid in this tank where it is rotated, and in the outward direction the level of liquid will be rise, but in inward direction, radial inward direction, the level of liquid will be dropped, will fall, right? So let this is difference in the level. Now what will happen? And this occurs due to centrifugal force applied by the impeller, right? Means this drop in pressure at P2 minus P1 upon rho g, let now pressure is P2 and at this point pressure is P1. P2 minus P1 upon rho g is equal to omega square R2 square minus R1 square upon 2g, or you can say the pressure change or pressure rise is proportional to directly proportional to square of speed. This is forced vortex principle, right? So how it works now? When this is rotated, a suction is created at the eye of the impeller, right? Where this suction pipe with the help of vent is connected with the help of suction flange. Now when the suction is created, the liquid will be sucked from the sump in the suction pipe and will be entered at the eye of the impeller, that means in the radial direction, right? And then this will be the impeller is rotating, so the liquid will be forced out like this, means pressure will be increased in the radially outward direction like this. So this will be forced out in the outward direction, like this is flowing here in the casing. Now what will happen? Again the area of casing is increased gradually, so some kinetic energy will be converted into pressure energy again, and the liquid with the higher pressure will be delivered to the delivery tank, right? So this is basic concept. I will provide a video on the different types of casing like scroll casing, volute casing, casing with the vortex here, right, and casing with the diffuser guide vanes for increasing the pressure. Okay, right. So this is working concept of the centrifugal pump. Means the action is taken due to centrifugal force, and centrifugal force acts from inward to outward. That is why liquid is thrown outside the impeller. These are the vanes. There are basically 3 types of vanes. We will discuss in the next video, right? Now, what are heads are there? Actually, now we are dealing with the for the numerical point of view, right? So this is suction head, as I told you. That means head in between sump level to center line, and delivery head. Now, suction head, delivery heads. The sum of these 2 heads, that is called static head. Means HST is equal to HS plus HD. Next one is manometric head. This is very important. Manometric head, right? So what is this? This is the head against which pump has to work. Pump has to work, or you can say the energy provided by the impeller to the liquid for delivering to the desired position or to the tank. Means whatever energy is required to deliver the liquid, means to suck and deliver at the desired height. That is called manometric head. This is very important. And this is equal to what? Impeller power, right? That is VW2 U2 upon G in case of centrifugal pump, as I discussed in my lecture, right? So this is very important. This is without considering losses. If there are some losses, then if losses are considered, then manometric head is equal to VW2 U2 upon G minus losses, right? These losses may be in casing, these losses may be in pipes like friction and other etc. But this will be discussed in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.